Destined for Adventure here. I'm excited to bring you along on another adventure in Mexico, this one in Copper Canyon, or in Spanish it's called Barrancas del Cobre, and some of the surrounding places. So this is a place I've been wanting to visit for a while. There's a very famous train here which is called El Chepe. And El Chepe runs actually a very long distance in Mexico, but one of the more famous places to ride it, although there are many different places you can ride it, is through Barrancas del Cobre, because in the wintertime sometimes there is snow, and that's not a very typical thing here in Mexico. So a lot of people from different parts of Mexico go there for tourism purposes, of course foreigners as well, although less so. And the El Chepe train is just really classic, really beautiful. You can ride it a long distance, you can ride it a short distance. We rode it from the city of Creel. I took a tour, a long weekend trip from Monterrey, Mexico, and we rode out in basically buses out there to Creel. And we visited some waterfalls, we visited some natural rock formations that look like frogs and mushrooms and lots of other things like that. I think there was an elephant one, a lot of cool places. We visited one of the waterfalls was frozen. Honestly, the Barrancas del Cobre was one of our stops among many. I wish we could have spent more time there. There's so many cool adventures to be had there. It's a park that's kind of similar to the Grand Canyon in terms of what you can expect from the views. However, the climate's a little bit different because it's colder there. Although, of course, the desert can be cold at night also. But there's a lot of things you can do there. There is like the longest zip line in Mexico. There's like I think it's like a zip line course. There's a cable car. There's like the Via Ferrata. There's like a bunch of different adventures to be had. And if you're spending a longer time there, you can even hike down into the canyon, go mountain biking, things like that. And it's way less touristic than like the Grand Canyon. It's way easier to access. There's way less vendors, and it's just, honestly, it's relatively undiscovered. And I think part of that is because of how hard it is to get there. It's not like close to a major city, essentially. But it's really, really beautiful. I did the Via Ferrata, so it started off with an 80-meter rappel, just from, where your car parks, and then walk it over, and then just down into the canyon. We did a Via Ferrata in there, and I even dared to do the Tarzan jump. So you hold onto a rope, and you just jump from one ledge and swing to the other and, grab onto something, which was pretty cool. And the views are just incredible. I really, really enjoyed Copper Canyon. I hope to go back in the future because I feel like there's just so much more to do there. And just some of the natural formations, we only saw some of them. We saw the family that lives inside of the cave, and like I said, like the frog formations, and just really cool places, some really small towns, and just some really remote places. There's still a lot of strong indigenous culture there, which is really cool to see nowadays. You can also check out the movie Lorena Light-Footed Woman on Netflix to learn a little bit more about the culture from that area of the local peoples. She has a really incredible story, and she's in fact still running now to this day. So of course, it just gives you a little bit of an idea of her background and where she grew up. And I loved the trip. So I hope you'll enjoy joining me on this video for my adventures in Chihuahua, in the state of Chihuahua. The first time I ever visited there. And if you have the chance to get out there yourself, I highly recommend that you go. I feel like it's one of those places that isn't widely known outside of Mexico, but it has so much to offer, and it's still relatively uncommercialized, so it's just a really cool experience. So I hope you guys will enjoy and follow along in the adventures in this
here in the state of Chihuahua. We're gonna take the train El Chepe, which is over there, and just exploring the kind of the downtown. Ooh, qué bonito! Oh. And there's a little walk up 240 stairs. Get down there. It's good to see you. So peaceful out here with all these pine trees and just the blue sky, the water, and these interesting rock formations. It's really nice. De la rana. Supposedly, if you take a picture kissing the frog, you're gonna find love. If you already have love, it's gonna get better.